Welcome to Little Piece of Heart, Seafood Edition. Today I'm going to show you how to make a low-carb salmon entree that bakes in one pan in the oven with a side of asparagus, and it's all done in less than 30 minutes. To start off, I'm going to do some salmon fillets. Now I've cut them and portioned them out to about 6 ounces a piece, and I'm going to actually bake them in the oven in a foil packet. So I'm going to get right to it, and we're going to start assembling. I have my salmon fillet here. I'm just going to put it right in the middle of a square of tin foil, just like this, just on a diagonal going from corner to corner. I'm going to right in the middle. Then I have here a couple different things to go on top. I have some chopped garlic, so we're just going to put some right on top, just like that. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then we're also going to do some chopped shallot also. There's a lot of really good flavors in this dish. We have some citrus from the lemon, we have some onion and garlic, and then we have a couple spices too. So it's really going to be a good dinner, and you're going to feel like there's so much flavor in this, but it's only going to be in the oven for a short amount of time. Once we're done with that, we're going to do some lemon zest. Now I like to zest it right on top of the salmon. You just want to do the lemon part. You don't want to go too much into the white because that will be bitter. So we're just going to go right around the lemon. Just a little bit, just to give it some flavor. Knock it off. We're also going to do some lemon juice. And I'm going to juice that right on top. I have 4 salmon fillets here. I'm doing about half of a lemon juiced per each one. If it's really juicy, you can probably get away with doing 2. Oh, that one's a little juicy. Just, you have to eyeball it. We don't want to have a pool on the bottom. We just want everything covered. Okay, then we also are going to do some spices. Now today I'm just going to use oregano, dried oregano, and dried thyme. I'm not even going to measure. I'm just doing a tiny pinch right on top. A little bit of snow right on top. There we go. Not a ton at all. Just maybe an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Same thing with the thyme. Let's see. Just want to do it right on top. It already looks pretty actually. Between the lemon, the yellow lemon, and then the red from the scallion, it's really pretty. Lastly, we are going to top with some extra virgin olive oil. Now this is going to create kind of a sauce to go with the lemon juice. We just want to do the same thing, just a little amounts, just a little bit of everything, and it's going to flavor it so well. Pour it right on top, right down the middle. Okay, probably about a teaspoon or so. Now I have all the ingredients in here. What I'm going to do is wrap it up so we can put it in the oven. We're going to bring up the top 2 corners, and we're going to just fold them down. Now I'm doing this because when you do that, the sauce is going to gradually come to the sides. So we want to take care of that so we don't lose any. So I'm going to start at one end, and I'm going to kind of fold it up and in. Put it in like that, right on the edge. And then I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side, working one side then the other. That way you're not going to lose any of that really good sauce that's going to come from this. All right, then you want to work at the top, and you want to bring the sides together and fold them over. You want to make it so that the steam gets caught in here, because that's going to help us cook the fish. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But it doesn't matter because we just want to keep everything sealed in there so that when we cook it, it steams, and then we have a sauce, and then we can discard the foil later and have the fish on a plate and then pour the sauce on top. All right, so that is one down. I'm going to start my other 3, and here we go. One last thing, totally forgot. How could I? It goes on everything. Salt and pepper. I'm going to just do the same thing. A little bit of pinch of each one. Here I go. We have all of our salmon wrapped up in our foil packets. They're just about ready for the oven, but now I'm going to show you how we're going to make this into a full meal. We have a side here of asparagus. I've already broken most of them up. What I like to do is actually take it and snap each one individually and let it snap where it wants to. I feel like when you cut them, sometimes you get a woody end and it doesn't taste very good and it's kind of tough, so I don't like to do it like that. So I like to do them all by hand. It takes a couple seconds. So I have all of my asparagus at the one end of our baking sheet, and the salmon is actually going to go like this, right on next to it. But first I'm going to do some seasoning for my asparagus. Start off with some olive oil. Not a lot, we just want to coat them. Just going to go right down the line and come back. And actually I'm going to mix this with my hands just to get everything incorporated before I put it in the oven. And now we're going to stay with the same type of flavors that we had for the salmon, but I'm going to also add a couple different ones too. So first we want to do a little bit of lemon juice, not a lot, because we don't want this to be soupy once again. It's just about a little bit of freshness, just a little bit of fresh. There we go, just a little bit. And next we're going to do some onion powder. Oh, whoops, I did bring a spoon. There we go. Not a lot. This meal is great because it's just a couple of ingredients and just a little bit of each one. So you're not overpowering the fish or the asparagus, but you're getting some really good flavor in there. And of course, this wouldn't be a meal without more garlic, so I'm going to add some garlic powder. I don't want the chopped garlic to burn, so I'm not going to put that on top. I'm just going to use the garlic powder. Right over the top. And then at my house, we use a lot of red pepper flake. It just goes with everything. It adds a little bit of hint of hotness, but if you don't want it, the spice, you could just leave it out, or if you like the spice, you can certainly add more in if you want to. Just a little bit. I think I've said that like 5 times because it's literally a little bit of everything. This is why this is such a great dinner. Simple flavors, but they get really complex in the oven. So what I'm going to do now, before I go in there with my hands, I'm also going to do some salt and pepper. Pepper and a little bit of salt. Just a sprinkling of everything. Then I'm going to go like this. We're going to grab them together and we're going to roll them so they get coated in the lemon juice and in the olive oil. There we go. And I'm going to line them all back up, spacing them out. And I'm actually going to do 2 trays of this, so I have to do that one next. But this is how I'm going to do it now. Space them all out. Take your foil packets, and you're going to put them right on the baking sheet. And that is it. We're going to pop this into the oven for about 25 minutes, and then dinner is done. Dinner is served. So meet me back here, and I'll show you the finished product. We're ready. The salmon is out of the oven. It looks amazing, and it smells even better. I wish you could smell this right now. What I've done is take some of the asparagus spears, laid them on the bottom, took my salmon out of the foil packet. I used a spatula, and in the process of scooping it, I was able to leave the skin on the bottom of the tin foil, which is great because no one wants to eat the skin. So then I laid it right on top, poured the extra sauce over, not a ton of sauce, just enough to keep the fish nice and moist and really flavorful. How I like to serve this is with 2 pieces of lemon right on top. How gorgeous does this look? It smells even better, and I guarantee it's going to taste even better than that. So I'm going to take a little taste. Oh, it just flakes right apart. Let's see. Salmon is such a flavorful fish. Then you put the lemon with it and the spices, the chopped garlic. Oh, I'm in heaven right now. I almost think I have to go because I have to eat this. But for this recipe and for many others, go to my blog, Little Piece of Heart, and I will see you guys next time to cook some more flavorful low-carb food.